What's up, fellas?
Alright, yo. How do you pronounce this? C-A-Y? Chow? Is that Chow?
C-A-O. Cow? Cow Fossa? Cow.
Yeah. What did it say on there? Cow Fossa, something else it said. There you go. Sombra? Yeah. I think
Boys, we're back in the garage. We're back in the garage for this one.
About a $10 cigar, I think, I saw online. Have you ever had one of these?
Never had one of these. First time seeing them. First time.
Seems like a light,
It looks like a light,
pull.
yeah. Feels light in the hand.
Nice. We got the windows open this time, so Nick's not gonna pass out again.
Almost passed out last time. That was crazy. Well, it's officially Memorial Day. It's mayhem down the shore. We're at Alex's house. We snuck home to shoot this podcast, smoke a stove, barbecue a little bit.
Yeah. What is this number? Is this number 5? We've been MIA for a bit, right?
This is, I believe this is number 5, yeah.
Number 5.
What are we drinking? What did Skylar make for us today?
This is number 2 for me, actually. This is Tito's triple sec. Sparkling water. Looks like she did a little mint and lemon. It's good.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
That is actually really good. Damn.
All right, I think I like this cigar too.
You guys don't mess around here.
All right, so we just got off one of the most epic fishing sessions I've ever seen.
Yep. Absolutely.
Where we were able to catch 3 game fish. We actually have it on TV right now. 3 game fish in one trip in a couple hours, which was pretty sick.
Never seen a day like this before. Never. It was one of those days where the bait wasn't sitting longer than 15 minutes, which is you're due at some point. You know, you go out so many times and you finally get into them. But today, on this day particularly, it was easy. You know, it was freaking lights out.
I think it's like one day. I think there's like a small window for this type of day, and that's it's like a couple days out of the year.
Yeah. A couple days out of the year, you got to get lucky and instead of seeing the pictures online, you're in the pictures.
Yeah. But no, it was definitely a lot of luck involved. You know.
Yeah. But no, same tactics. I mean that you were using the whole spring. You know, was generous with the clam, tying it, making sure it's secure, and then you know we need to have to set timers on our phones. That's how.
Yeah, the bait was getting grabbed.
But
the one thing to note was the tide difference, because we caught these fish in the dead low tide.
Okay.
It was the receding, and then it turned into dead low, and then it was the incoming. But it was all around that dead low tide, so that was kind of weird. I think that's a thing with certain beach structures. So
yeah, and this certain beach that we were fishing, somebody was in because you scoped it out prior. There was a nice hole. You saw it at dead low prior.
Yeah.
You could see it clear as day in the water too. The wave it'll form 50 yards out. It'll break, and then it'll kind of disappear about 20 yards prior to hitting the beach. So that's how you know there's a deep pool underneath.
Yeah, it'll form and then disappear. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, it was 2 black drum, 2 striper, and 3 blues that day.
Yes.
All on clam. And one thing to note this year is we caught more black drum than we did striped bass.
Yeah. Seeing them 2 on that day, so They're like dinosaurs. They're huge goldfish. That's basically
Yeah,
what they look like. But the fight is
a little different.
Yeah, dude, they're
Just feel the
they're
weight.
heavy. Yeah, they're heavy.
They're definitely heavier than no doubt, than striped bass. For instance, I think what's the world record? 100 and some pounds for black drum, and then the striper world record is 78 or something.
Wow.
So, yeah, they just tend to be bigger fish. Coming up on the bluefish / flounder fishing now. Last year we stumbled upon them on the beach, and
It was fun.
yeah, it was no waders needed. It was the first week of June, and they were only touching the purple lures or anything dark.
Yep.
So we'll be doing that next week.
Yeah, and for our group members listening, that was actually one of the first lures we sent out because of how much they killed these bluefish in the in the late spring, early summer.
They would not touch anything light. It was weird.
Strictly purple, strictly dark lure. Nah, that's coming up. I'm excited. Was able to get on a blue this morning on a SP Minnow. It was a dye. It was
The mackerel color.
mackerel. Yeah, the blue SP.
That was
fun,
Dude,
dude.
classic.
Just fun having that. Just getting that feeling. Just whipping in a lure and then just that abrupt stop, and you know your heart stops for a second. You're like, holy shit, what is this?
Yeah.
Because you'll go 30 casts without feeling nothing, and then just that one hit, you get that adrenaline going. You're whipping it out there after that.
Yeah, the first second, your mind, it could be anything. But then you realize it's a 4-arm bluefish.
Yeah, that's still
Better
fun.
than
Better
nothing,
than
though,
none.
yeah.
Yeah, still fun. Very fun. Well, now that you got the blues and the fluke mixed in, it's probably my favorite time of the year. June, late May, June, right there. That's the sweet spot.
There's always a lull, though, dude. In between seasons, like, I feel like it's this week. Like, there weren't many fish caught.
Like in between spring and summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't get any big flounder yet, which is kind of...
We didn't even attempt yet.
We haven't even
I
found
know,
a
this
fish
is
yet.
this is an off year for us. Been particularly busy this time of year. We both kind of got new jobs. I've been renovating this garage in here. Just epoxied the floor. That was fun. That's a mosquito right there.
Yeah, and just like graduation season, that sort of thing, birthdays, the weekend.
Went to a
weddings. Yeah, weddings. It's that time of year. Busy's good, though. You need a few weekends of not doing nothing, though, or else you'll go nuts.
Yeah.
Which is why it was a good time when we caught them fish, because we knew we had one day. It was that one day. It was a good time.
Lucky.
Yeah, got lucky.
So I was thinking of taking out that kayak soon, actually, too, for the flat boys, and potentially some sheepers.
Yeah.
Sheepers. Act like I've caught one. I've never caught one. Who calls them that? My guy Thresher Fishing.
Yeah. You got to go find some structure on that thing.
Yeah.
You know where? You got a spot mapped out?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mabes.
Basically it's green crabs, drop down, fiddlers
yeah.
on structure. Okay.
What else we got going on? The giveaway for this month is kingfish rigs. We decided.
Nice.
Yeah, because we're about to start getting into those too. Those are fun.
Yeah. Classic beach day, king fishing. The earliest memory of fishing is kingfish in the summertime.
Yeah.
A little bit of bloodworm, a little bit of fish bite maybe. Even sandflea, you dig one or two up of them, throw that one on the hook.
True.
Even if you want to use that in the backwaters too, like we use it sometimes in the lagoon. We'll catch perch, spot fish, which I heard spot fish are coming.
Yeah.
Spot fish are weird. They're very weird.
Some years they don't even show up.
Like not at all. You don't see them at all.
Yeah. I remember when we were kids, I forget what year it was, but every cast, spot fish.
Yeah.
I
In like
remember-
knee deep water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one time, yeah, it probably happened a couple times. Reeling in spot fish, you reel up a half a spot fish because a bluefish would come by and smoke it.
It's hilarious. Oh wait, we did just say that we caught more black drum this year, right, than stripers?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird year for striped bass. I was disappointed.
Not even like we didn't catch any shorts,
Yeah.
which is not a good sign. I
Yeah.
don't know why, necessarily there's no shorts mixed in with the big boys.
They usually the big ones lead the way in the migration, and I'm almost positive the small ones follow along.
Okay.
On the Water magazine has a good map of that. If you ever look at it,
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it. They say
Yeah.
like the month and where they're
Yeah.
at, the schoolies and the cows.
yeah, they're probably up in New York right now. Majority the majority of the school
Okay.
migrations up there.
They were killing. They were getting them on the T jetty. They've been getting bluefish recently, but I recently saw a video of them gaffing a striped bass off the jetty.
Oh, yeah.
What the?
And
That had some uproar on social media, which
well, yeah, there was that
It's
video,
due.
and as soon as the fish gets pulled up, the person videoing the people who gaffed it was like, "You guys are clowns," in so many words. That blew up, and then the next day, I'm pretty sure, a gentleman showed up there the next day with a gaff, and somebody took a picture of his stuff sitting there with the gaff, and he said he makes YouTube videos, so he got torn to bits on social media for that.
Yeah, that. I'll tell you what. This probably has been going on for a while now, but
Just
because there's phones now and documentation of it, now everybody sees it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
and now there's limitations on these fish, right?
well, dude, it's not at the jetty, dude. You see how many illegal fish are caught there?
True. Yeah, it's a shame.
We
It's a
always
shame.
say a game warden just has to show up there one day.
They would, they'd make their tickets for the year if they had a quota to hit. They'd
Yeah.
hit it right there at the T jetty.
People say they're scared to go there. That might be the case.
Yeah,
Are we going to go after the shark again this year is the question.
yeah, I was thinking about that.
I've been watching a
We
lot
have
of River Monsters, so I was
think we
getting
have
a little
to.
motivated.
Yeah, I think we have to, but I don't know if we can go to the same. I want to switch it up. I want to go to the beach and do it. And I know it's going to be harder to get the bait
There's a lot
out
of
there.
LGs at the beach, though.
I know. Yeah, there's not as many. The spot we have, it's got really deep water and
Secluded.
it's secluded, which is huge. But it's got deep water and there's not that many like these not many of the 3-footers that you see. It's mostly like when there's a shark back there, they're big.
For some reason. Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's deep bay water.
It's deep, yeah. Definitely, yeah, like 3-4 footers. If we were to go to the beach, it would probably take us a few days to try to like land a serious one because
Yeah.
we'd have to fish through all the.
Plus, we'd have to deal with the Karens.
Yeah,
top of that.
yeah. I wish we started the GoPro thing a little sooner in our careers because we've always had interactions with people shark fishing on the beach. They would get mad that we would catch them. They'd approach us. You can't fish here. What are you doing? And meanwhile, we've been fishing at this. We've been fishing in these these places since we were 12. It's 10 years, 5 years later. And a 16-year-old's not gonna put up much of a verbal argument. Well, we weren't. We were pretty to ourselves. So
Yeah, it's funny looking back and remembering that. You're not allowed to fish it. Put it back.
yeah. What do you want me to do with it? I'm gonna go put it in your front yard. Fucking crazy. But yeah. To answer your question, yes, we are gonna go after the sharks. Got to plan and we'll be ready. We'll be ready. Well, I hope it's not me picking up the rod. My back hurt for about a week after.
Yeah, it was bad.
So we'll do that. I'll tell you what, we got some crabbing trips coming up ahead of us.
Yeah. Yeah, those are always hard to film, I feel like.
Yeah, it's kind of slow.
Yeah.
It's not climat like catch a crab, like
crack a beer. That's about it.
Yeah. It's so much better. The camera don't do it justice because like when you have a heavy, like a big crab on a hand line, and let me actually paint the picture this way. For you guys that don't crab or haven't done it yet, there's a few ways to do it. We were taught to use hand lines. We get chicken thighs. We put them around a clamp, through a clamp, and you drop the hand line in the water, about 4 feet of water, and you sit there and wait. If your hand line has what you believe a crab on or it feels heavy,
all you gotta do is move it slightly, right?
Move it slightly. You'll feel it. You'll feel it trying to run with it. You just gotta bring it up real slow and then come in with the net and net it. It's not the the most exciting thing to film because it doesn't do the justice seeing the GoPro and seeing the crab in person.
Yeah, it's true.
But wow, we get some nice crabs in the South Jersey area we're at, close to LBI. So
yeah,
it's a good cigar.
It's fun. This is a good cigar.
Light.
It is light. I feel like I'm not like I don't have to pull too hard either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of actually want to know from the audience what is your, like, for me, my favorite time for fishing is May, June. I want to know
Flounder fishing.
A little bit before flounder fishing, maybe catch some nice keeper fluke. But I want to know, what season do you guys look forward to? This season we're currently in right now. This is it for me. I know a lot of people like to fish in the fall. People
Fall run is special.
Dead heat of the summer. So, if you guys got a specific season, drop down and comment. Where you like to fish and what time of season.
Mine has become. I would have said the fall, but I think it's become April now. Just because like you're waiting 3 months, January, February, March, and then you finally get out there in April. It just feels good.
Yeah,
it feels good.
That makes sense.
But I would say you probably catch more fish in the fall. Not you. You don't catch.
No,
shit.
I don't catch nothing ever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's different. Well, I'll tell you what. We did talk a little stocks, like the first few podcasts.
Yeah.
And since then, we actually had a pretty big shift. We had like around, I think it was April 7th, we had a stock market crash. And it's been a month since the crash, and
I would say a little more, right?
It's been a month and 2 weeks since the crash, and everything's bounced back, and then some. So, good feeling on all the stock picks since then. So, even Palantir, because I know you shouted that out the first video we were doing.
Yes. Love Palantir.
Big Palantir guy here.
I'm trying to think what else. Tesla has bounced back since. It's getting a little dicey there.
Mm-hmm.
You bought some, what, Microsoft? Couple?
Yeah, as soon as it crashed, I bought Microsoft. And it's almost doubled since. So, and like I said, not a lot of money, but some.
Cryptos are another totally other thing.
Yeah, it's
like they go stagnant for like 10 months out of the year, and then 2 months they're booming.
Yeah.
We also said how we were big XRP guys.
XRP's like stagnant. It's been stagnant the last 3 months.
Yeah, but so is everything else, though.
I don't know about that. Bitcoin went from 80 to 110.
It's at 110 right now?
111. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't looked at it. Yeah, that's an all-time high, right?
Yeah, it's all-time high. I don't know about you. We do the sports betting. We talked about this. I kind of, every now and then, I get an itch to go to the casino and play, not a roulette, blackjack, or slot machine. Even if you lose money, my game plan going into it, I'm going to lose this much. As soon as I lose it, I'm out. It's ultimately all comes back to it's a fishing podcast, so it ultimately comes back to fishing.
It's all gamble.
Fishing
Right?
is like gambling. You let people know when you catch fish, just like in gambling. You let people know when you win money, but nobody tells you about you went 2 weeks not winning a dime. Nobody tells you about 2 weeks you got skunked, unless you're Alex. Alex is a skunk machine. So. No, but seriously, though, I actually thought about that for a while.
To break down fishing, though, I think, to get a little deeper, I think, because, like, I can't tell you why I like fishing so much. I like to relate it to hunting, why guys like hunting so much.
Yeah.
I think it has something to do with our ancestors, our, like, primitive ancestors, how it was instinctual for them to go out and catch these fish or hunt these animals, and it was like a reward system kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I catch a fish, and that feeling, that adrenaline you get, that's like your DNA coming out. That's what I think.
Oh, I like it. No, I like it. It's you're leaving the safety, you're leaving the cave, you're going out to kill something, drag it back.
That's your dinner for the next 2 weeks kind of thing.
Right.
And then that's your adrenaline is you getting rewarded kind of thing.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. We're not, technically we should eat more of the fish we catch, but we don't keep a lot of it.
Yeah,
we're very conservative in that regard, but I think the feelings there, the DNA thing that you said, I think that's all there. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You try to make sense of stuff.
Yeah. That's why I like fishing in the ocean. Like, you talk to a lot of guys, they're bass fishermen. They fish strictly largemouth bass in the lakes and the streams. They go there. They know what they're going to catch. They have one plan. And the fish, like, only get bigger by so many pounds. Like, it's really not
it's like 3 to 6 pound bass.
Yeah. But, opposite of that, and if you fish in the surf in May, you kind of saw it in the last video. You saw the trifecta: bluefish, black drum, striped bass. Kind of cool.
Oh, look, somebody's here.
We have guests.
I'm trying to think who it is.
You know who it is.
Who is it?
It's Marissa.
Ah. Zip. We're almost done.
Okay.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah, we're probably like 10 minutes.
I've been listening the whole time.
Have you?
Yeah. I was sitting over here and I could hear you guys. So I was going to play music, but I didn't know if it would be distracting.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you can play music. Can you actually hear us?
A little bit, yeah.
Cool.
Dude, that's sick, bro. All right, so this garage is equipped with a flat screen TV. We currently have the first Black Drum video up from like the second week of April.
What was the tide that you found the most success?
It was the incoming, but
Okay.
nighttime was key.
It's crazy.
Pretty sure nighttime was key.
It's insane.
So, and damn, is it cold out there that time of year, man?
It was freezing.
We couldn't feel our feet. That's, a couple times.
Yeah. We it's eerie out there at night.
Oh, dude, how about that bird we were hearing?
I was about to. I gotta remember the name.
Common loon.
Common loon. Yeah. Now, I need you guys to either look this up or we're gonna play the audio in the, or like when we do the rerun, you can play the audio right here.
I'll just play right here. Yeah, you tell them about
Yo, this bird. It's just I'm gonna set the stage here. It was dead quiet in the middle of the night. We're soaking bait, just me and Alex out there. And all of a sudden, clear as day, we hear a bird that you only hear in like scary movies, like when somebody's about to die, or like just set an eerie stage. Just think of this bird.
Yeah.
And I've never heard it before in my life, like outside of a movie.
So they're kind of rare. Well, they migrate through Jersey, right? And I'm pretty sure
migrate,
they're more
yeah.
common up
north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
these
like,
fish were passing by.
if like we're gonna play the sound of the bird. As soon as you hear it, you can be like, oh wow, like I've heard it in a movie or like in a show. But to hear it clear as day, what goes on with these birds is once one and it sounds like a scream. It sounds like a deer.
Could
almost.
have. It sounded. Yeah, exactly.
We thought it was a deer initially. Once one lets a call out, then all in the surrounding area let it out. So we hear the one go off, and then we hear maybe about 20 more just call in the middle of the night, and we're looking at each other. We're like, "Yo, what's about to happen?" That sort of thing. So
No,
if not, we'll replay the audio in the reel that we play here. But yeah, we thought we were gonna die. We're gonna sum it up. We thought about leaving.
Dude, if you weren't there, wait for it.
That's it.
If you weren't there, I was probably outie. I was probably out of there.
Just, so imagine that.
Loons or
Pitch dark, and then
Yeah.
like once one went off, then like 30 started doing that. But no, it was pretty cool because then we couldn't figure out the bird, so we started looking it up online, and then I was just looking up New Jersey or water birds, and just listening to all these different birds, and then that one came on. I was like, found it, bang! So, and then we did our research on the bird, what it looked like, and they're actually really like fucking.
They're big.
Birds.
Yeah, they're big. They got
birds.
red eyes. We could pop a picture up, but yeah, it was crazy.
So then we're fishing the next day too, and we know what the bird looks like. We're looking for him. We saw another one during the day. Pretty cool.
No, that is cool.
Yeah.
One more thing before we close out. We were talking to Dad about a fishing trip because past 2 years we went up to the canal.
Yeah.
He was talking Montauk, so it's in the works.
Okay. Montauk trip.
Have you seen the documentary?
No.
I think I said no.
Never seen a documentary.
There's a pretty cool one I'm talking about. I'll send it to you, but I'll leave the link in the description. It's
Montauk's. Yeah.
Jersey. I mean, New York.
New York. Okay.
Yeah. It's like striped bass capital.
Mm-hmm.
It's a correct me if I'm wrong, but it jolts out like the part of New York.
Okay.
And out in front of it, there's, I believe it's called Block Island, and it's like a funnel where these striped bass come through at. So
like
it
close
makes
to like
sense.
the jet stream, or like is there it goes the geography of it. That
Yeah,
it just shoots
it just
out
makes sense for them to
Okay.
go through there.
Yeah.
But it's a legendary spot. I'll send. Yeah, you'll see the video. But it's crazy, dude. These people are diehards in the video.
I think you actually told me about it. They were going out chest high or swimming out to rocks.
Oh yeah.
or-
They swim. They swim out
Oh,
there.
in wetsuits, not
Some
waders.
van stalls.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're nuts, dude. Climb up on a rock.
yeah. I don't think we're gonna get all into that, but I'm down. And as long as we go in Connecticut and get some pizza, I'm down for that too.
Yeah, true. Maybe we'll try that.
To try the other spot. Will we have Pepe's first?
Yep. And then there's now I gotta look it up. What's the other one?
It's Pepe's, and so basically we had to pick between these two spots in New Haven
Yep.
for pizza spots, and they're one of the oldest pizzerias in the world. And we had to get the white clam pie, and we tried a
went to-
sausage one.
Yep. We went to Frank Pepe's. I think the other one to try is Sally's.
Sally's.
I'm pretty
okay.
sure that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was our pit stop on our way to the Cape Cod Canal in September. But that was a fun trip. We didn't catch any fish, but still memorable. The thing about this trip when we go, we don't need to stay anywhere fancy. We we have a comfort inn we go to on the canal.
Oh yeah. Total
And,
guys trip.
Yeah, it's a guy trip. It's fun though. It's usually around 4 days.
Drinking, fishing, eating. That's it.
Sleep and possibly sleeping
Yeah.
on the canal. Yeah. Any fish is a bonus. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so we'll wrap this guy up. Podcast number 5 in the books. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll probably see you on a GoPro next, right?
See you on the GoPro.
Yep.
For sure.
All right, boys. Good luck out there. See you soon.
See you then.
Peace.
Peace.